What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy. I got my 2024 mocks custom builds that I made this year. I wanted to go over them with you. We'll start with the farm, just so you get a quick overview. A lot of the stuff that I make each year is farm related: tractors, farm machinery, farm equipment. So anyway, we've got more than that. I've got a train thing, got a few buildings. So just wanted to do this overview just so you can see the farm before we start. Now let's get started and see, I guess, some of my favorite mocks that I made this year. I made this a few months ago. If you've seen the video, there's a video out on it. That's great. Thanks for watching. This one is my first attempt at a sunset. Not the greatest, really blocky. You got to start somewhere. So this was my first attempt. If I did it again, I'd use 1 buys instead of 2. And really blend it and then get some more of those pastel colors once you get up into here. But I'm happy with it for now. The focus of this is more so on the train. So what do we have? We've got our little beach, we've got our little train, some custom shrubbery, and then we've got this tower. And this tower, we've got a little satellite dish. It allows the train to move all the way through and come around. Yeah, so it's on a little chain system. If you have the Lego Haunted House drop ride set, it uses the pieces that attach to the chain that you can, it's got a little bar piece on them that allow that train to sit there. And this is what the train car looks like. Just really simple. You can see a little stud there, and it just sits there. And there was so much trial and error with this set to get it to run smooth and then to back up and go around the corners. So yeah, it's a fun little build. It was a fun challenge. It takes a lot of parts. So I don't know how long I'll keep the set or model built. But for now, it's a fun little, just, I guess, different type of build experience for me because it was a moving train. I've thought about motorizing it, but it's kind of beyond where I'm at right now. I just don't want to handle it. And then a motorization set, I don't want to spend another $70 to motorize it. So let's move on to the next mock. All right. Now you guys know, if you've seen my channel, I do a lot of John Deere stuff, and I do have several John Deere things coming up. One of the things I made, though, because I've got the pieces, I wanted to do a Kubota tractor. Nothing against Kubota. No way, I mean, plus or minuses for both John Deere and Kubota. This one, I liked it because it has the little sunshade that you can either take off or add on. And then the mower deck. I've got a John Deere just like it, except it doesn't have the sunshade. I've built a backhoe on it before, and you could put one on this one very simply. Just take out one piece and put the backhoe piece on. So yeah, just a simple little build. I think I actually did digital instructions for this on reBrickable. They're free if you guys want it. I think the whole thing, part-wise, was like $6. If you, oh yeah, you can take the mower deck off too. It looks way better with the mower deck, in my opinion. But yeah, there you go. There's number 2. We'll just sit him back here. We'll sit him off. Okay, let's get into some John Deere tractors. We'll start with the oldest one. The old steel wheel. This was a fun challenge, doing this old style design. If you guys want to use these designs, if you want to better them, gives you some inspiration, feel free. I don't care. I mean, it's my project design, but if you want to use it and fix it, that's great. We're on one stud right here, and that is so you can stick the thing right here, and you can pose it to where it looks like it's turning. Where it looks like I have steering on this actual steering wheel column that runs across the top, which was the old style. But yeah, there's my little tractor. We've got the movable, the bounceable seat to try to help with some shocks, because those are not the most comfortable thing when you're driving across ground in the middle of July and everything's rock hard, just like driving on pavement. So there's our little tractor. The next one I made was more so one for my farm, because I needed a mid-size tractor. I'm going to call this one maybe a 4 series, maybe a 5 series, somewhere in there. just a random tractor. We've got our 3-point hitch on the back. Got our PTO. We use the old yellow, I think that's from the 70s, that yellow coupler. But a couple John Deere stickers from some of the, I bought some extra sets, just the sticker sheets from some of the official Technic sets. And just cut the pieces out just to add a little bit more realism to it. Every little bit helps, right? But yeah, simple tractor. It's an effective tractor for what I use it for, which I think this one I use to pull the hay baler, or I don't know if it's the hay rake or the manure spreader. I make all these custom things, and if you want to check them out, just check it out on the farming playlist. All right, now we get into the bigger stuff. This one was a really good challenge because of the wheels. It's my John Deere 8RX. We can take the mower, or the entire cover off. I just need to pop that back into place. And you can see, here we go, we have steering on this thing. It's not wanting to stay for some reason. I think my son's been playing with it, or having maybe too much fun with it. There it goes. But yeah, steering doesn't roll the best on a flat surface like this, but it does when you're on the ground, on the carpet or something like that. You can see the cab, got my door, little doorknob there, our little step-up system. Yeah, those spin. It's about as best as I can get, but to be able to have the steering in something this size, which is great on my farm. Yeah, perfect scale. You can see our exhaust system on that side. And I wanted to make this come off because I knew something like this might happen, where this one piece, it doesn't want to click into place. So it'll take me a minute or so to fix it, but just doing it like that, it makes it so much easier to where if my 4-year-old son's playing with it, yeah, I try to plan ahead so I can fix stuff or make myself projects that are really easy to fix in the event that he just gets carried away. All right, next up, we'll jump off the tractors for a second. Just make a little bulldozer. I've got a little ripper plow on the back. The Lego construction equipment is so big today. I mean, it's just not made for any city or anything. So I wanted to make this, which is, it's a 6 wide, just a little bit more than 6 wide build. We've got our little ripper, more of a forest bulldozer with our grader plow on our grader blade on the front and our ripper plow on the back. It's a really simple design, using the rubber tracks. It rolls well. Now, in comparison, I want to pull out the new construction excavator set that I just got, that Lego charges like 54 bucks for. I think I got it for 40 on Black Friday. But yeah, there's our difference in size. That is not something that you're really going to put in your city or have room for. It's not going to fit. I mean, it takes up both lanes of a Lego road plate. But anyway, just for the size comparison. But at least this, I can put this on a Lego, like a flatbed trailer, and pull it around the city, which is what I did when I added my Fireball truck and, I don't know, maybe put it on a lowboy or something like that. That works. That'll jump into the next set of mocks. I did a full trailer set for Fireball, who's being driven by our driver Clint. Here's my first one, the flatbed trailer. We added chains to it where I can just chain anything up. The chains work really well because you can kind of tighten them and stuff. Check out the other videos I've done on this just to save time. But yeah, there's our one flatbed trailer. We've got our low boy here. And then the other one took the longest, honestly. It's my grain trailer. It looks simple, but there's our grain. But then we added little doors, which you can see there, that slide open and closed, so I can drop grain from the bottom. And when I say grain, I mean 1x1 tiles that I use. I got a whole bunch of them in yellow that makes it look like corn or soybeans, whatever you want. But yeah, we'll put that on. Added a yellow strip on the back because this thing was just too dark, so I needed something on the back. Anyway, there we go. All right, what do we have next? Well, my next little build project was this little sign that I made. I've thrown it in several videos here and there. Just a fun little thing. It kind of goes with the whole theme of, I'd say, a solid half of my content. And yeah, just a fun little build just for the lettering, and have a little flat artwork tractor. So yeah, if you guys are interested in something like that, there's a design. Just yeah, really easy to figure out the lettering, and yeah, use it yourself. Sure, why not? All right, we'll stop with some of the farm stuff for a minute. I made this. This is a custom cabin. I actually own one just like this. It's an old Boy Scout cabin. The original one when I bought mine in 2011. The building was built in 1920, so over 100 years old. It's just a little 16 by 20 foot cabin. It's got a porch on the front and the back. Got our architectural shingles, which you zoom in. I used the ingot pieces, and it really looks good. That's like my go-to now for any roof line if I'm going to do a custom roof line. Just use the cylinders across the top to get a ridge cap. And yeah, got our custom tree that's way up here in the front. Little fireplace over here on the side. Back door, or actually this, we're going to call this the front door. We've got our little lanterns there for lights. Here's our here's our flag. Try to get as many stars as I could. Make it waving in the wind a little bit. If we come down here, that is a sundial, which is actually still on the property that I own. I'm missing the sundial. I actually have a little one that I've bought just to place it there. The little rock pedestal is still there, so that's what I use it for. And there's our side. You can see I used the ingot pieces. That was a really fast zoom in. So basically every wall is 2 studs thick to get this ingot look, to make it look like it's a wood siding is what the realistic design is. Use some of the grained printed tiles for this down here. It's not really wanting to focus. There it goes. And yeah, it was a fun little challenge to do this build. Having something that you own, building a building that you actually own, definitely a fun little challenge. What do you think? I'm happy with it. All right, what do we got next? All right, we'll go back to the last tractor that I made, which is probably, other than that 8RX, this might be the most complicated one that I've ever made, because I think I built it 3 times to get it right. It's not bigger. It is minifig compatible. It may not be really minifig scale, but this is my John Deere 9570 RT. So a 9 series tractor, dual tracks. Let me pop that up. So there's our steps to get in, which are held on by a single stud, or a single clip. Oh, I gotta turn this around. This is my little cheat because I couldn't make it, I couldn't clip it in. So that's right there, that little green thing, that's my gas cap. So with this model, I'm bringing it in closer. Those are our gas tanks, double rear gas tanks on the back. You can see the operator station on the inside, our exhaust, and it rolls. Not the best on the flat surface, but you get the point. Here's our rear. What do we have in the rear? We've got our drawbar down there, got some lift arms, all our hydraulic hookups. So this is one of the beasts in a field. It's going to be pulling some of the heavier planting material, or planters, ripper plows, cultivators. Yeah, this is one of the fun projects that I made. And I always forget that's not on there. This thing's fallen off so many times. It's almost amazing I haven't completely lost this little thing right there. But yeah, That's one of the better, more challenging projects that I made, especially to get that angle and make it work and clip in. So you can see, it's fun. If you guys don't do mocks, you ought to try. I mean, what's the worst that happens? You make it, you don't like it, you tear it apart and try again. All right, let's see what other things I've got that I built this year. Now this is a shelf display. It's something I always wanted to make as a kid, but I never had enough. I guess some of the pieces just didn't exist, some of those slopes. Now what we've got Islander sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. The original sets. Haven't changed them at all other than adding some tile over some of the blue areas. That's it. I wanted to build the landscape. So like the waterfall in the back, the vines, the stairway with the guards. We've got the beach coming up with our dark sand that's wet, coming up to see one of the chiefs. We've got our head chief up here. And we've got just a little, I just made a little cabana type thing, which decent little build, but it all fits inside this shelf. And that's why I made it, just to fit in this space, just as a diorama or a display thing. You can see we've got trees. I like this tree. I really had fun making a tree like that. Use some of the Mario clouds. It gives it some depth, maybe. What do you think? All right, what do we have next? Oh yeah, I got on a tractor kick and just started making random tractors. Here's the one with the backhoe. That one's got a rear pulling plow. More like Leland tractor. My grandpa had one, so I wanted to make one similar to that. Got a little yellow tractor with the snow blade on the front, and just a lawnmower. I used that old lift arm pieces from the 80s for that one. And just a random tractor. So yeah, just got on a little kick. Maybe if I want to do like a tractor dealership, well, I've got enough inventory for that. All right, so one of my last things, second to last build I got, I made a little custom little snowball truck and a little mini fireball. Along with the tanker trailer, we've got our grain trailer, a nano scale fireball, and our low boy. And I could put him in there. We could hook him up. And yeah, or I could put him on the low boy. Which we need to put him like this to make it work. What do you think? Fun little micro builds. Not really sure what to do with them, but yeah, it's fun just for the challenge of making something small. All right, I saved my biggest build for last, my most expensive one, and you've seen it in videos if you've watched my channel. It's my local county's courthouse. So I got to get it out and get it set up. All right, here's the last mock. I think it's the biggest one I made this year. It is my county's courthouse. A little bit bigger than minifig scale. It's fully enclosed. Got the roof. I love the roof tiles on this. This is what I'm using on any of my custom design builds going forward to make it look like it's got a 30-year laminate shingle. We've got our rotunda. Let's bring it around to the front. All the landscaping around it. And there's the front of it. That little spot there, that's where it actually got hit by a cannonball during the Civil War. So I had to add that little Easter egg feature in. Yeah, it's a fun build. The masonry bricks definitely make it stand out rather than just using solid bricks. Someday maybe Lego will come out with 1x1 masonry bricks. Anyway, that's all my mocks. Well, not all of them. That's the ones I wanted to show off. So, it's busy 2024. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos, custom builds, farm videos, any other content. Maybe you'll find something of interest. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next one.